before this.
That's okay.
So we'll just have to. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. You know, we're only 10 minutes behind schedule, which in regular LARP time would be a miracle.
Yeah, that's true.
It really would.
Regular
We're already doing.
Yeah.
We're already doing quite
We're already
well.
hours
honestly.
ahead of schedule.
I forgot to buy alcohol for this.
Alcohol?
Every Zoom call I'm in, if I drink, I'm like very good in them. Every other time, I'm fraught with anxiety.
Oh,
Very
no.
good.
I'm sweating more than I've sweated any summer event.
Why do you have a hot dog?
What?
Tyrant, what was that?
That's the blood.
Oh.
dog.
I think you're just holding up a hot dog.
It looks like it's made of hot dog.
Might be. Golden hot dog.
The amount of paint layers on that, it probably feels like one.
It kind of does. There's
Like, I can
so
tell,
many
like,
layers.
Seeing that in person, it just looks like you could peel off all of the paint. Just like squish it.
I definitely have to be very careful about it in terms of like how rough I am with it because it feels like it would, which is why I only used it out of nowhere. Just
Once I get the dragonfly.
All right, guys. Let's jump into it. Welcome to Blessing Internet 2.0, Boogaloo. This is a Blessing event. Thanks for coming.
Oh, hell yeah.
If at any point we get into like territory and you're uncomfortable, all the caution calls apply. We're going to be basically keeping it roles and rules light and just do some storytelling together. But it's canon, so don't do anything too crazy because this is all part of actual happenings.
You've met half our characters. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know that's a hard ask, but it's I gotta put the disclaimer out there. Do we have Tork? Is he recording? I do see his thing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Recording, yeah.
Tork is here.
Perfect. All right. So let's just set the scene.
There we go.
It has been a long time since any of you have been to the Blessing. Word of contamination has spread to the continent, and folks are avoiding gatherings. But Envy recently sent you all a message saying that she had been working in her server, and being a robot, she's not really worried about getting sick. So she has asked that you find yourself some protective gear and that you join her in the Blessing at her private hub. And so you all manage to, whether it's together, whether it's by yourself, you have found your way to the Blessing, and you all find yourselves sort of meeting up outside of her server. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, you jackass!
Hey, how's it going?
It's fine. Blood for the blood god.
No, I mean, why are you still doing that? I thought that was a joke.
Because nothing's happened yet, and I need to fuck
so
around and
Put it
find
down.
it. Don't no.
Brad? Grace? How's it going?
Grace! Holy
Hey.
shit, Grace!
Hi. Oh, you
I
were
haven't
like
seen
you, but different. Mostly because you're not you, but you're you. Oh, I'm still getting used to this whole net thing. I have no idea what's happening. Ah!
Oh, dude! Last time you saw me, I only had one eye.
That's why you look different. I thought you got a haircut. Oh, no.
It's a really good
I liked one-eye Tyrant so much more.
It's a really good prosthetic. I mean, if
A light
and everything.
goes on the door to the hub, and you hear sort of a seal break, and the door opens up. You gather your presence has been detected by some sort of motion and ID tracker.
Dibs, I run in.
Okay, you run in. You see
Seconds
Envy
sprinting after him.
sitting in one of the chairs. She is already plugged in, but it seems like she's got some like dust gathering on her. She's been plugged in for a while. So whatever she's been working on, it's been a while since she was like physically present in the actual world.
Right. There's a lot of teraflops.
Yes.
Well,
Osprey.
I guess we're hopping in.
Are we gonna become dusty too?
I mean,
Hopefully.
I'm pretty sure we would die before we became Dusty. So I mean, we're probably good.
Speak for yourself. Chester's never.
No, Chester will be
speak for
fine.
yourself.
You'll die. Chester will be fine.
Hey, Osprey, am I still within the warranty period for that uplink you installed on me?
Oh no, I filed away the VIN numbers. You're good.
Okay.
I want to get plugged in.
Yeah. All right. We plug it in.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Osprey, you really want to plug in without, checking around Envy first, make sure there's nothing else that happened here?
Yeah, Dust.
We know that she, is Envy active? Is there any, lights beeping or anything to indicate, that it's not just a pile of scrap that looks a lot like it used to be Envy?
Yeah, no, she is intact. You don't see any blast or scorch marks on her. The equipment is running. It's pleasantly air conditioned in here, unlike my out-of-game self.
Same.
In the chat, I have sent you guys some wallpapers if you want to throw them up as your internet backdrops for a little bit.
Oh heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, this one. It's this one all day.
Where's that? In Discord?
In the Zoom chat.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what we got.
Taping your forehead feels really weird after a while.
You don't have to wear the cardboard on your face, Ivan. It's okay.
Excuse me, it's printer paper.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah.
I drew the shittiest face ever on it. Come on now.
I think it looks beautiful. It's
Oh,
better
thank you.
than
I
half of my
appreciate it.
crafts.
Perfection.
I'm glad this happened. Yeah. Let's see if this audio cue works. You guys all plug in. Are we there?
Yep.
All right. I guess for anyone who hasn't been on the internet, Blessings, since this is a recording, this is the kind of wacky fun we have. You arrive in the internet, but rather it's a private server that Envy has made to feel like the internet, along with all its classic ambiance and music. The actual internet, as we all know as web runners, is dangerous. First time because of the presence of the collective. You guys spoke with Envy when you last saw her.
To the internet.
She
This
had
is
told
our
you that
last
she thought
chance
the
to
collective
save
needed help,
humanity.
but that you
Join
were not
us
ready
and
to
end this war.
undertake
Right
sort
here,
of
right now.
intense interaction
Dial up.
that would require, given how powerful the collective's consciousness is. So, you don't see Envy right away. You would figure she'd be there to greet you. But for the moment, you are sort of adrift in space. You don't really have weight. You're not falling, but again, you're just sort of hovering in these empty sort of digital landscapes with a few circuit bolts that sort of light up as if they're lightning, but you figure it's like the electrons moving through the wiring and stuff. There's a few flashes here and there. And yeah, the whole thing is very strange. You're just sort of, you've never been in an internet that wasn't constructed. And you gather this is sort of what basic empty code in space takes the form.
Why? Oh my goodness. This is so kicking.
Do you want to fly?
I mean,
It feels like flying. It's as close as I'm gonna get.
Yeah. Roll a d20. First roll of the game.
11.
11. You kind of flap your arms and paddle, and you don't move anywhere, but it definitely looks like you're flying in place.
Dial up.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
How'd you do that? How'd you do that?
I moved my arms. Look.
I'm also gonna try and fly now.
Okay, roll that d20.
17.
17. Tyrant, you kind of take the opposite approach of Grace. You don't flap your arms, you just sort of put them down at your sides and then raise one fist forward, and you do move. You start to go up in this digital space. Are you going to try and directionally land somewhere?
I'm gonna try and land on Oscar's shoulders.
Okay. Yeah, you can totally manage that. It is.
Hey, bro.
It's very doable.
All right. Right.
Yeah.
Is it first?
You hear footsteps echoing.
Where are they coming from? Is there a discernible source?
No, it's sort of just like you hear them coming. You're like looking around. You're like, is it to my left, my right, behind me? You don't know. And just sort of out of the dark expanse, Envy approaches you. She looks fine. She looks happy to see you, as happy as a robot can. It's just like, of course, it's not going to catch. There we go. Yeah.
Envy. Envy.
I see you have all gotten my message. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Envy. 2 things.
Yes.
1. Look how cool this is. I'm on Osprey.
I have come to expect this level of unpredictability from you, Tyrant.
Oh, 2. Do you know how long you've been in here? Because you're dusty.
My
Like,
physical
out there.
Yes. I've been working on this training simulation for the past month.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Luckily, I was able to connect a power source to my core before jacking in.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, I need to keep running. And there is no sunlight inside the bunker.
Good point.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
At this point, I'm getting off of Osprey's shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Are you flying off, or are you just like climbing down off of him?
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna try and fly off again.
Does everyone else's
Okay.
arm phase out of existence?
Yeah, it's kind of picking it up whenever it wants. I think it's
It's
because it's
zoom.
programmed to do like the
Yeah.
body shape outline. But yeah, roll a 20 to see if you fly off him.
It's a 14.
A 14. It's less seamless than the last time, but you do manage to sort of float.
Could I?
But land is like a weird word. You see Envy sort of sees you like trying to land, like you're doing the like paddle, like treading water thing. And she says, "Oh, my manners, of course." And she extends her hand out, and suddenly the like surface that she's on, which is just sort of a basic grid, like in I guess like VR. It extends out, just tessellating tiles until it extends beneath you, and once it does, you drop down onto it. And she says, I had been meaning to work on a welcome portion to this, but you're a bit earlier than I expected you to be. So as such, it is unfinished, but let me try something, and we'll progress to the lesson.
If it's more cool shit like this, I'm in.
It seems like a good lesson already to how to deal with non-internet net stuff. Yeah.
This is true. Although most of the internet does have at least basic programming of physics and surfaces to walk on, you will occasionally find uncoded space, and it takes what you have just experienced, that form. However, as the collective is rewriting the internet, the web runners who came before were also affecting the net when they first joined, and they were able to create space. And she waves her hands open, and the grid style that you've been looking at starts to fill in as if it's like video game graphics, like clipping in, and it becomes dirt and grass and stones and things, and sort of the world just sort of skins over this empty blank slate, to put you guys basically in a field. As you look up, the sky is like slowly tessellating into place and everything. And she says, "This is a very basic construction. I should mention that this lesson is intended to teach you all how to write code. So you'll be practicing affecting the code of the internet with your will in a similar way to how I am and how the collective has been rampaging through the net, but hopefully in a more controlled manner." So she sort of just does like an abrupt like turnaround and says, "Come with me," and she starts walking just away into this like field.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Follow with weapons raised.
Yeah.
Am I
yeah, you
standing
all
on the
have,
ground comfortably now, or am I still able to float?
if you wanted to try and float, I'd need you to roll another d20.
No, if I'm already on the ground, I would. If not, I would have had Tyrant tie a rope to me and drag me along the
Yeah, okay,
sky.
no.
Like
Once
a balloon.
once the like physical ground appears, gravity starts to function the way you're used to.
Hey,
and,
cowboy.
Now you can all just walk along.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on, but
Yeah, I think you haven't been here, have you?
absolutely not.
All right. Well,
Welcome to the party zone.
yeah.
Oh,
Usually an actual party.
It's usually a party. It's kicking all the time.
Oh hell yeah.
It's the only place where it's a constant party. And that's what I like about it.
All right.
That's fair. Yeah.
Give me this one.
Buy and sell anything.
As Envy walks, she is a little quicker than you at first. And who would be leading? Who's in front of your group?
Who's skipping at the front of the group?
Sure.
Okay. Grace and Osprey, Osprey is sort of jogging lightly to keep up with Grace's skipping. And
You want
Grace.
to hold hands, Osprey?
Yeah, let's skip. We both skip.
Okay, you're both skipping. As you are skipping, and Envy continues to like get a little further ahead of you, you're like having trouble catching up, and you're not sure why. But the ground in front of you, just suddenly there's a big crack, and it kind of does like one of these, where like if Envy is here, that ground sort of and starts to move away. And the ground you're on also kind of backs away. And luckily, since you're holding hands, you're able to catch each other and keep from like just falling off into nothing.
I grab both of their shoulders and just yank them back.
Yeah.
Guys, do you not see the giant hole?
Yeah, we saw it. It just kind of appeared.
Probably should have jumped in, but I guess we
No.
can kind of keep. It might be really fun down there. What if there's a pit party?
Grace,
I mean, the only thing that's going to happen is we get logged off. We'll just have to log back in.
Yeah. It's
Unless
like,
there's something wrong with this
Maybe.
server.
I was gonna say, you don't know that. Maybe you go down there and now you're trapped forever.
That's why we
in here.
find out. It's an exploration. That's what Envy called
Wait,
it
says
in,
the right
right?
bit. Yeah.
I want to see you in real life, not only
You
in
need a
here.
patch. You need to apply a patch here. Is that what we're dealing with?
There's Envy's piece of land. There's your piece of land.
Oh. Oh.
It happens very quickly. The ground just, again, it cracks like an earthquake, and suddenly they're going so far apart. And it's like, and you call after Envy, and he just sort of turns around and looks at you all and says, "What's wrong?" As if like nothing has happened.
There's a huge hole between us and
How
you.
do this?
How do we
It's
fix
all in
this?
our minds. We just need to
How I
walk
go
and
here
trust
from there.
ourselves.
She looks at you puzzled, and she says, "Really? You're going to let that stop you? Perhaps the lesson has already begun." And I need
I'm
you all to
already trying
figure
to
out
fly.
how you can cross this chasm.
We have to design a bridge, or make a bridge out of bodies. All of you
Wait,
sacrifice your
bodies?
bodies.
Wait. Grace, you flew a little bit.
I did fly a little bit.
Here's the. What if we try and fly again and just hold on to the rest of them? Let's go.
Yes. My other idea was give me really long legs so I can step across, and I don't think we're gonna do that in a day.
Not a day.
Well, why not?
Let's try to fly.
I have this idea, and I'm not entirely sure how this should be implemented. But like, I want to record myself like piling a rock on top of like at the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to like stop the recording and like loop it 1,000,000 times of like just layering a rock.
Oh, okay. So you're almost trying to cause like the rock to just multiply, so you can keep stacking it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like and this makes perfect sense in my head.
Okay.
And I
Roll
want,
me
like,
a d20.
You got it. Oh, natural 1.
Oh no! Ivan, do you have the table pulled up, or should I grab it?
I do not have it pulled up, unfortunately. I did not. Oh, you know what? I can get it.
I got the book. I got the book. This is awesome.
I'll pull it up just in case, though.
I'm so happy.
Wow, first one.
Not the first one, but like third roll in, we're already gonna get the mechanic.
We're gonna have him roll a D100, right?
Yes, please roll the percentile dice.
Yeah, I can do that.
Reggie, you got this.
I'm sure I
Turn into a demon.
I'm sure I did. Oh my god, I'm lucky.
Is it possible to lower the audio, just the music, just a little bit?
I will try. If I need to, I'll pause it and then play it again. Did that bring the volume down just now?
That did.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Might need a little bit more, though.
All right.
I don't know how much more I can lower it. I can always find a quieter song. How's that?
89.
That's better.
It's better for now.
89, you said, Tanya? Sorry, what is your Blessing character name so I can talk to you in character?
Reggie, right there.
Reggie.
Reggie.
Oh, are there
Reggie.
names on all your things?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, we all changed their names.
What? How do I do that?
I don't know.
Click
Uh,
go
Top right corner of your own thing.
Yeah, right-click your screen and click rename.
There we go. Okay.
Wait, shouldn't we use our
89
our net
is,
names?
I don't know where we're gonna change it to, Natalie,
Oh,
but
wait,
that's
Yeah.
invisibility.
Yeah, you got an 89. So as you put your first rock down and then go to like duplicate it, you just kind of phase through the rock, and then suddenly you can't see yourself. You're completely muted, and everyone you see, Reggie, just vanishes.
Oh.
Well, that's one way to do it.
And Envy sort of calls out. She says, "Be careful when writing code. If you make a mistake, it can go screwy."
I'm
So,
The harder your object or code that you're trying to write, the more difficult it will be to succeed. And she sort of creates her staff out of just nothingness. And she says, "This is a code I am familiar with. I know this code and how it functions. It is very easy to recreate. This location took much greater effort."
makes sense.
guys, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Wait for it. I'm gonna look over at the island that Envy's on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring this good old blade, my good old blood knife,
Okay.
put the hilt against my eye and make the perspective so that it looks like the lands are touching.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to make a bridge just out of this, just giant.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Oh!
And you know what? I'll give you advantage. Roll
Slush puppy.
2. That's a cool idea.
Oh, I love slush puppies.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. Womp womp
Let's go.
womp.
Wow, nothing in between with you guys, huh?
No,
Nope.
this is awesome. Yeah, so Tyron, knowing or
You got a
hearing that
12
Envy
and
has
a
said,
20.
like, it needs to be a familiar thing, something you know very well. So it is trusty knife. does a weird perspective trick, and when you pull the knife away, there is suddenly a knife bridge connecting the two islands.
Sharp.
I just look at everyone and I'm like,
The edges are sharp, but it's flat. It's not like it's like
There.
up and down, you know? Come on, hand register.
That's pretty cool.
Fucking kicking, dude.
guys,
And what you
Let's
guys,
Huh?
what everyone else sees when Tyron is doing this is him just holding the knife, and as he's like looking at it, doing that like perspective trick, the knife had started to form out of like a basic grid, and then started to fill in color and shape and dimension, and just sort of built itself as he was focusing. And Reggie, you are just sort of freaking out, but invisible. No one can hear you, and then all of a sudden that effect comes to an end, and you are now visible again.
I am visibly jumped. I'm just going, oh, shit.
I have no idea what the hell just happened.
Did you like?
Where did you go?
I think I got caught in a loop.
That makes. Don't do that.
Right. Yeah.
Do
Be
not close the
careful.
loop.
This internet is tricky.
It can be, and it can get worse if you don't like. Be careful. Yes.
I don't know where you went, but like, Envy kind of said like, do things that you're familiar with, like things that you know. So like, you see this knife? My knife.
Yeah.
Bridge now.
Got it.
I mean, she said familiar things are easier. She didn't say try crazy stuff, but
Stuff.
that
Oh no,
that it would be
I
harder.
know the
to
wording
do.
I said.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna run across that knife bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
We all crossed on that bridge.
As you're running across, she
Tyron's doing the cockiest walk.
yeah, of course. Yeah. Do you like admire like the vista? Just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so cool. I made a bridge.
Pee off the side of the knife.
I'm like dancing my way to the other island. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just like touchdown dance. Nice.
yeah.
As you come across, Envy says, "Well done, Tyron. I've always known you to be humble in victory."
Exceptionally humble.
Yep. So she
I
says,
smack you on the chest. Cut it out.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
and she says, hopefully this has made clear that space in the internet is conceptual. If you can think of a platform to stand on, you can create it. If you can think of a gap between you and your enemies, you can create it. The space here and the objects within it are as malleable as clay. And she takes her staff and just kind of like bends it into a pretzel shape, ties it in a knot. Yeah, ties it in a knot. It's like creaky. It's making all the awful sounds that you would expect of like her staff being twisted up. And then she takes it and holds it out and just like gives it a shake, and it's back to straight again.
Can you do balloon animals too?
She makes a puppy dog out of her staff and gives it to you.
As that's happening,
I'd keep
Tyron's looking back at the knife bridge and is like, "Can I undo that somehow?
That is.
I want that back."
That is a very good question. If you would like to undo a creation, it will require the same amount of focus. So if you want to roll a d20 and try and undo
Alright,
your
shit.
knife bridge.
Just
Yep.
hit Command Z.
That's an 8.
Ooh, an 8. Okay. As you focus on it, how are you trying to get the knife back?
So, knowing my jackass, I'm probably gonna look at the exact same way. Just obviously the knife is now pointing this way, so the blade is against my cheek,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
like the tip. And he's trying to redo the exact same thing he did on the other side, just with this angle instead,
Mm-hmm.
the perspective.
Yep. Okay. You do it, and you're like, "Be a knife again! Be a knife again!" And the bridge suddenly becomes a knife again, but it like shrinks inward, and so suddenly it's just a knife floating in the space, just out there, and it drops away into like nothingness.
I need that.
It's not real tyrant. We're in the net. You can get
Envy,
it
Envy
back.
looks at you and says, "Need what?"
My knife. And he like just kind of gestures out towards the void where
Yeah.
it just
She like points at Grace holding the like balloon animal staff of hers, and then she just like pulls another staff out of the air like a magician's wand. Says, "Just get it back."